God damn. Better figure this shit like a math puzzle. Here we go. Good evening, buenos noches, and all the other languages that mean good evening. This is Champ Jones. We are in Hartford, Connecticut, and we are chatting with the community. And right now we are on the northeast section of Hartford, on the north end. I'm going to show y'all where we at real quick. We're at the corner of Nelson and Main. Mandela Way, right across the street from the Super Deli, right on Nelson and Main. And it's cold, man. This shit feeling like the corner of Alaska and Tibet. But needless to say, we got the mantras. You are someone, you are needed, you are valued, you are important, you are loved. Do you know we got the Champ Code of Conducts that we put in all the corner stores? Greet one another. Dispose all garbage into trash cans, no littering. Respect all elders and disabled. Protect and watch over children. Offer help if someone needs assistance. Set positive examples. Use encouraging words and polite gestures. Settle all disagreements and disputes with communication and understanding. Show genuine consideration. And number 10, love each other. Those are the 10 steps of the Champ's Code of Conduct. And we've been passing those out for years. But needless to say, we right here on the corner of Main Street and Nelson Street in one of Hartford's most historic and oldest neighborhoods. Once upon a time, Nelton Court was right here, which was named between Nelson Street and Acton Street. They took Nell and Ton from Acton and called it, you know what I'm saying? That's just a little history. And if y'all don't know, Nelton Court was actually the first housing project built in Hartford, Connecticut back in the, I gotta go back up, but between the early 40s. It was Nelton Court, then Dutch Point, then Bellevue Square, then Charter Oak Terrace, according to the history that I read. You know what I mean? But needless to say, man, I hope everybody is staying positive, staying motivated, and staying real. I hope everyone is breathing, being in the moment, and being themselves. For me, and I hope you understand. Today's conversation, I want to build on the chaos and change. There is chaos and change, right? And I feel like, unbeknownst to us, we've been perpetuating a lot of our pain, discomfort, and unfortunate circumstances due to us not knowing the actual science and power behind our mind, the control of our mind, reactions, habits, cues, etc., right? So I say that to say, like, it on a small scale, right? Say like, bang, if you grew up in a household where it's like, you know, old school music, the whole vibe, all that, but you've seen your parents, you know, might have a drink or two or whatever. When you get to a certain age, you might find yourself like, you might have a drink and you got the same song, you know what I'm saying? Like one of those unbeknownst things and habits you picked up on, that's what you gain, right? And I felt like in our inner city communities and our people, we took on, unbeknownst to us, we always want to, but we always feel guilty. Or we don't feel normal unless we feel like we're on the guilty side. Champ, what you talk about? Let me give you an example, right? I'm building with a young dude not too long ago, and I'm like, yo, let me holler at you real fast. So he like, oh, man. So I'm like, oh, man, what you mean, oh, man? What I do to you? So home like, man, I know I'm in trouble. I just know I'm in trouble. I'm like, who told you in trouble? He said, man, whenever somebody pull me to the side, I know I'm in trouble. I'm like, yo, that's crazy, bro. Because I ain't even pull you over to tell you in trouble. I pulled you over to tell you I'm proud of you. You made progress. You doing well. You started from this when we first met you. Now you here. Well, now I'm proud of you. Why you felt like you just in trouble? And I overstood because I, as a child, after so many times of discipline, had to understand that if my name is called, I must be doing something wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a piece in there that's like, I must be doing something wrong. Let me prepare for the worst. And it's like, when we prepare for the worst, unbeknownst to us, we're training our minds to never look for the best. Because when we prepare for the worst, we create possibilities of how and when and why and where negativity is going to take place. And when we're focusing on that, all we're going to react to as far as our physiology, biology, reaction is going to come from a place of feeling guilty, angry, stressed, depressed. And if you know anything about your mind, whatever you feed it, it grows. It's a garden. It's the most fertile garden that you're ever going to come across. So if you're feeding your brain negativity and you're feeling negative, that's what's going to keep pushing. You're not going to feel normal unless you feel like, yo, I got to be angry. Or, not I got to be angry, but there's a piece in my body that don't feel normal unless I'm matching the energy in which my mind is at. And unless we fix our minds and look at different possibilities and ways of living, we're going to keep reliving certain circumstances that we know are detrimental to our well-being. Champ, what you talking about? Case in point, like this, right? Say if you want to start getting your health together. Say if you wake up one day like, you know what, bro? Or sis, I'm tired of eating meat. I want to go plant-based and work out every day, right? This is where the chaos and change comes in. Listen, you wake up. Prior to you waking up, you told yourself, yo, when I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to work out in the morning, drink a shake, drink the water, and go through my day. You feel me? That thought you just created, say if you're 34, that single thought and action that you want to manifest, you're competing with 34 years of prior experience and muscle memory to get to the level you want to get to next. So say if today I say, yo, I don't want to drink soda, I want to drink water and go that route. I had water before, but if I'm talking about cutting everything out, any liquids, I'm about to be 35. That means I'm competing with 34 years of tasting a certain soda, juice. You feel me? If I want just water, now it's like, yo, my body and my mind got to be together. But this is where the challenge come in. This is where the chaos come in. My brain, I could be like, yo, I'm about to drink water. But my body may be talking to me like, yo, we ain't got to drink water all day, bro. Just drink a sip of water and we could take that for the route and we'll build from there. If you don't got enough mental strength and inner will, you'll be like, you know what? Fuck it. It is what it is, man. I ain't about to go that hard. It's some niggas that don't drink no water. Let me just take a sip and then tomorrow I'll take a bottle of water. See what I'm saying? Our body and our mind goes to what's comfortable. Our body and mind goes to a place where I'm so routinely used to this muscle memory that it's hard to break. But my mind and my conscience and my intentions want to go to the next level. However, there's a disconnect. It's no different than like, say if you on a horse. Say if you on a horse, right? The horse is your body and you as the rider is the mind. Depending on how much pressure you add to the horse gonna buck like a motherfucker. And you gonna be like, you don't want to get to a point where you're like, oh, to the point you fall off. It's a certain rhythm, a certain control, a certain overstanding, a certain connection till you get to the point where you could be able to fucking tie your shoe on the horse, lay back, home, he not bucking, but he getting where he need to go safely. Compared to if you tap home a certain way or you react a certain way and he panicking, just, you feel me? So it's the same analogy. Your brain, like, I don't know if how many of y'all my age, no different. Remember the movie Men in Black? And they got to that scene when they opened up Home Head and it was a little dude in there. That's how you gotta visualize how you want to go about your life. Your inner you is a different individual. It's the person, and your body is the machine. After a while, the machine just is used to doing what it's doing, but the mind is saying, I want to go left, or I want to go right. But the machine is used to going left. You have to fight and turn, and like it's almost like a big ass steering wheel on a ship. You got to turn with so much intention. You got to turn with so much force to the point where it's like it's gonna take a minute, but it's slowly but surely getting there. And that's what we got to do with our thoughts. And I say that to say about the guilty concept or the guilty complex. We've been raised and taught to always feel guilty, even in our households. Why you ain't taking the trash out? I told your wife to take the trash out. How come every time I ask you to do something, you don't do something, but when you always turn around, you ask me something, you want something? You can't help but to feel like, damn, they right, man, I'm wilding. Let me go take the trash out. You know what I mean? Or you in class, and the teacher make you feel like you're distracting, you know what I'm saying, over time, and you just being yourself. Now, you develop a mentality of, I don't feel normal unless I feel like I'm a distraction, unless I'm a fuck up. And you may not do that intentionally, but it's a part of your normal response. You're part of your nature. And what comes so difficult about it is you may not understand your subconscious reactions. It may be times where we may intentionally, but I want to do this, but you make your body, like say if you're having a conversation, you're like, today I'm just trying to chill. You're having a conversation with somebody. Home may say something you don't even agree with. It's some shit you like, I definitely ain't feeling that. And in that moment, your body gonna be like, yo, I want to say this. And then the piece of me be like, I'm gonna say nothing. Fuck, I gotta say that because this is me. That's what I'm saying. It's chaos and change. There's plenty of conversations I had with people. I'm like, man, fuck that. I'm about to tell this, man, let me say what I want to feel. But in my head, I'm like, yo, I want to get to a point of peace where I'm chilling. Everybody passionate. We all feel some way. That man and that woman, man, they got all right to feel how they want to feel. They've been through what they've been through. Who am I to judge? But there's a piece of me that's like, my nigga, you ain't telling me nothing. Man, yeah, I hear what you've been through, yeah, but that's the chaos within ourselves that's used to being a certain way and feeling entitled. That's where the fight come in. That's what gonna be like, yo, chill, you wildin', bro. You fall back for a second, you wildin', man. Who is you to tell somebody who right or wrong just because you so passionate, because you grew up in a circumstance where you felt like you wasn't unheard? So now the world gotta pay for your shortcomings? No, man, that's where the chaos and change comes into place. You gotta ask yourself, if I want to get to this next level, I gotta sacrifice certain things. I mean, I gotta sacrifice my ego, my train of thought, my reaction. And guess what? It's going to feel funny. It's going to feel weird. It's going to feel stressful. And sometimes you may feel like, you know what, it ain't worth it. Guess what? That's your muscle memory in your body trying to stay where it's been comfortable at since you developed that habit. Come on, man. It's so serious because I feel like as far as our people go, yo, in the cities, we don't feel a certain way unless we hear drama. We don't feel a certain way unless something pop off. It's hard to keep peace going because a lot of us never seen peace, let alone know how to maintain it. Whereas we talk to our grandparents and great-grandparents, they don't understand violence and how we kill each other. I encourage all, not just my champions and teammates, I encourage all individuals to keep a journal. Express yourself, set goals. You know what I'm saying? Go to different environments. Work out. Feel me? Eat different foods. Try different things. Break out of habits that we were taught, because a lot of the circumstances that we perpetuate as far as violence and crime and crying and the pain, that's a sign of us not knowing how to break out of habits that perpetuate it. We have to show ourselves that not only do I want to see change, but I want it so bad that I'm going to force it. It's no different than you being at rock bottom and you like, yo, my lights out, the gas off, Something gotta give, man. I gotta sacrifice something. I'm not going through this again. How much I get paid a week? Now, hold on. What I spend the most of my money on? All right, this gotta give, and now I gotta put this as my priority. That's how we gotta calculate our moves even when we're outside. We gotta move in such ways that we understand, like, yo, I gotta have a goal. I gotta have something I want to achieve. I gotta have an end result that I want to accomplish, and with that, I gotta focus on that and keep my mind there. If not, I'm going to find a reason to stay where I'm at and perpetuate the same sadness and guilt and pain that I don't want to feel. But I don't want to switch it because in a sick way, it feels good to feel like that because I'm reminded that I'm not alone in this. Damn. It's exercise. Our brain and our body is no different. If you go to we got a lot of family that go to the gym, they go to the gym faithfully, get it in at the gym. I respect you. Then we got a family that read all day, intellectuals, scholars. I respect you. But there has to be a balance. We got to get back to the mind and body and soul. A lot of us, including myself, I'm not going to separate myself. I be misaligned like a month. It could be a nigga like, yo, man, homecoming in peace. I'm on my head like, man, motherfucker, I hate it. However, I understand at a time that was the normality for me to be safe. So I gotta keep that energy for me to be safe with it. We have to start having a deeper understanding not only of ourselves, but a vision of ourselves that we want to accomplish. A lot of us, and myself included, got to break out of pain that happened in 1998, 2003, but it's one of those things where those pains is what we feel like made us to be where we at now. However, even with that, we got to understand, now that we get that, let's turn the knob and go to another reality and start looking at ourselves in a different light. Let's look at ourselves in a different light. Let's start encouraging ourselves from the internal perspective. Definitely, Sam. It's definitely therapy. It's definitely therapy, Sam. But you know, like, Sam, let's talk, Sam. Let's build on some, like, real shit, right? A lot of us ain't gonna go into them rooms, right? So I'm gonna ask you, how can we do our own therapy from our homes, from our communities, for those individuals that feel like, yo, I'm not trying to sit in no office, I'm not trying to speak to somebody, and even though I'm one of the ones that's like, yo, consider it, it may do you some good. However, you know how I know we got families and friends that know, like, they not trying to go that route. So what do therapy look like from an inner city perspective, but from the dynamic from a personal household? How can we encourage those to have self-soothing techniques? How can we show those to have self-therapy if they're not ready to go into the office? How can we encourage our friends and family that's living in communities where it's chronic violence, chronic depression, to find times and spaces in the areas they live at to find peace? That's the challenge. I feel like when we say therapy, and I know you, Sam, I know you're not meaning it from a whatever, you know what I mean? But needless to say, when our people hear therapy, they think of an office sitting down in a chair with a fish tank and somebody asking them questions. If that's something that you're not comfortable in, Sam, help me speak to our people. How in the crib, if I'm in a house, can I sit there and say, you know what? This is self-care. This is therapy. This is therapeutic. This is self-soothing. This is helping me, you know what I mean? We gotta have places where people go and just talk facts. That used to be back in the day. I remember being a kid, my grandmother used to have the whole church in the crib. If it wasn't my grandmother having a whole church in the crib, my mother had friends sometimes and they'll be building. Like, you right. Having conversations can turn to therapy. That's a fact. You feel me, Sam? That used to be the norm. That's what you take your ass back in your room now. Go in your room. You see grown folks talking. It's the whole church in there, or the whole block in there, or all your aunts, all your cousins. And you like, well, shit. Let me go in the room. But mommy, can I go? Look. That's when little dudes like me is like, mommy, can I go outside then? All right, cool. Because they, like you said, it's deep. Yeah, we got to get back to the village. In so many ways, we got to get back to the village. We got to get back to the somebody bring the cornbread. Somebody bring the collard greens. Somebody bring the yams. Let's sit down and talk. What you going through, sis? What you going through, bruh? You know what I mean? Let's sit up here and talk. Let's go, you know what I mean? Like, let's get back to that then. And then have the conversation of expanding ourselves and get some different type of help. Because a lot of us need a different type of help. Me included, I need a different type of help. I'm not even gonna sit up here and play with y'all. I'm not perfect. I'm just so loving and empathetic for my community that I'm willing to risk it all just to have conversation with y'all where they, in the spots they say it's hot spots. I ain't worrying about that. My biggest thing is I want to embrace my family so we all know we in this together. You know what I mean? Thank you, Sam, for participating too, Ma. You know I love you. A lot of people don't know you a different breed, man. But needless to say, man, I want us to get to a different normality with ourselves, a different connection with ourselves. That's why I'm so encouraging with people getting a journal, people getting a diary, people reading different books to elevate yourself. A book costs less than an eighth, bro. They got books that's less than a bottle. And it's words inside them books, and it's words that you expressing yourself on paper when you go back and read, that's going to electrify you in ways that no eighth or no half a pint can match. I'm telling you, because I know. It's books, bro. I get literally excited to go home to read. Like, I'm like, man, yo, let's get through this day, because feel me, I just want to have a good day. In my heart, I'm like, man, I want to go home and read, finish this book. Yeah, I might be like, man, yeah, you the only geeky nigga out here. But yeah, don't say that, because I walk the same walk y'all did. A lot of y'all just never tried. We got to get over that fear of failure, that fear of change. That's what I'm talking about. There's chaos and change. You're going to read 2 pages, like, man, fuck this shit, I'm going back to the hood. Okay, you read 2 pages. I respect it. Tomorrow, read 3. Day after that, read 4. If you really want to get funky with it, roll up an 8th and read 2 chapters. And you tell me if you... Come on, man. Shit, man. But I'm one of the ones, yo, I overstand and meeting not only myself, but me and our people where we at. We got to meet each other where we at. I'm not one of the ones that look at people like, man, oh, yeah, sign up for college. Like, nah, some of us got to get... I get so passionate sometimes, yo, that it's just, I'm trying not to swear. But gosh, I love y'all. And I just want us to take on a different challenge, man. What they say, Sam? You spitting. You spitting. And it bothered me because I be around a lot of youth that feel like a lot of things are necessary. And I'm like, bro, listen to me, man. Please, man. Like, there's nothing that breaks my heart more, right? Real talk. There's nothing that breaks my heart more than seeing a man or a youth damn near throwing his life out the window to get the love and validation from another man. I understand it on a professional level, I overstand it on some like being, you know what I'm saying, a nigga from around the way level. But it breaks my heart because it's like, bro, you got your own tapping. You don't even know what you can do yet, but you want to show home that you. I gotta breathe, and we gotta. It breaks my heart sometimes, man. I ain't gonna say sometimes, all the time. That's why I want us to dive into a new reality. Let's start building on ourselves and having different goals set. Let's start, like I've been asking my champions as far as my adults, find 2 or 3 little dudes, like, and let's just build with them, or little young ladies for that matter, each other. Like Sam said, we got to start getting together and having these conversations to heal, not only heal, but at the same time share, exchange, and create and grow. We can't keep putting ourselves in positions where we can't feel normal unless we feel guilty or unless we feel victimized. That's poison. We've been being robbed for so long of that, and we've been perpetuating that feeling because that's all we know. That's all. The music we listen to speak to pain and trauma. So we listen to that. So it's bringing us back to the like we're hypnotizing ourselves and paralyzing ourselves from progress. We're hypnotizing ourselves from healing and paralyzing ourselves from progress. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It's getting tight breezy. It's freezing. I got some other priorities, but I couldn't go a Thursday without us building with each other. Oh, I love you too, Sam. You know I love you, mama. I couldn't go a Thursday. This is what we do. This is our conversation. This is our free time. This is us at house. This is us with the card table, with the music in the back, and the kids in the room. Y'all staying there. This is our time. You know what I mean? So this is our time, and I want to take advantage of it. I want us to continue to normalize having these conversations, these solutions, and building, man. This is what I live for. This is what I'm willing to die for. I'm not even trying. I'm going everywhere throughout every hood with whoever want to come with me, who want to participate, and we going to do things that is not normal. Because that's where the change is. There's change and chaos. On that note, stay positive, stay motivated, stay real. One more time. Live from the corner of Maine and Nelson. I love my community. I love my people. We're going to bring the mantra back one more time because it ain't nothing like ending it like that. That's like James Brown hitting you with the hey! You feel me? Let's hit him. Stay positive, stay motivated, stay real. YouTube, subscribe, Champ Jones. 1.